right, what's up, everybody? Come on into the Rooted in Progress Stream Center. I hope y'all feeling good today because we have a lot to cover. We have a lot to laugh about. This is going to be a really fun episode. What's up, y'all? It's your host of Rooted in Progress, Deanne King, for Terrence Middlebrooks. What's up, Terrence?
So no longer the favorite host? Your favorite host?
I'm the favorite.
Yeah,
You're the
favorite co-host.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey, guys. Welcome, everyone, to Rooted in Progress.
In case you're wondering,
Yes.
I know you hear him. You might not see him. He has this friend called Parlay. Parlay is here. It's okay. We got him in the studio, but streaming live out of Atlanta, his hometown, we have comedian, actor, entrepreneur, influencer, all the things. Desi Banks, live from Atlanta. How you doing, Desi?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing? I had came in on this co-host situation. I thought it was about to be some heat going on, man. So I was like, oh, Lord.
It usually is. We go back and forth because Terrence likes to think he's the favorite, but
Well, I mean, we'll let the people judge on that, you know. So take the people's poll on that. So, Desi, welcome, man. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm great, bro. How you doing,
Been
man? How
watching you for a very, very long time, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. That's I'm thankful. That's dope, man. I appreciate it, man.
You are killing the game, man. One thing that we do here on Rooted in Progress, we're going to give some flowers. You hear me? So we are just proud of you, proud of a black man who is in his hometown doing the thing, but then ultimately thinking about us. Tampa loves you, as you mentioned.
Y'all, every year. Y'all call me every year. I'm coming every time. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful city, man. Y'all give me good energy. It's always love. We sell it out every time, man. So I appreciate, my Tampa support for sure.
Listen, if you're tuning in right now live, good morning to y'all. Thanks for joining us. Desi is on his way, okay? Desi is about to be here for 3 days. All your spots about sold out. So if you haven't gotten a ticket and don't know nobody who have extra tickets, you might want to hop on that real soon. But before we get to Tampa, Desi, we want to take the time out to get to know you because while you make millions of people laugh on a daily basis, we know there's another person inside. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born and raised, what your childhood really looked like.
Man, of course, born in Atlanta, Georgia, East Atlanta, Zone 6, like the real deal. A lot of people be saying they from Georgia, all that Atlanta talk. Yes, I'm from that side, but man, I always been this kid, man. Growing up as a kid, always been inspired, man, by the legends, man. Watch people like Martin growing up, Eddie Murphy, man. To this day, Netta Professor is my favorite movie, man. So when it comes to like character work, those two guys like inspire me a lot when it comes to the character that I do right now. Sports was in my life for a long time. I was the funny guy on the team. Even in school, man, winning talent shows, winning most humors and things like that, man. So this gift that I had was always a part of me. I didn't really start taking it really, really seriously until, I graduated from college. Well, I started in college. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Vine. That was like in 2012. That's when everything like attacked for me, man. And, it's been a journey then. I didn't really take it seriously then until, my friend was like, yo, bro, hey, if you don't make it into the NFL, because, football is my real goal. I want y'all to know it.
Yeah, I thought you played in college. You were at Morehead State University, right?
Yeah, but I did 2 years at Morehead, and I finished playing at Georgia State. And, and I really thought I was going to go to the NFL. I really did. And those dreams got cut. And to this day, I still have a little tear sometimes when I see other players on the field. I still dream about football. That's the craziest thing, bro. Like and I wake up like I really thought I was like there, and it's like no, you're not there, buddy. So just give it up,
What happened?
What made you make the transition? Was it an injury or
sometimes. Sometimes your coach keep it real with you, and he tap you on your shoulder and be like, "Hey, man,
hey son, come talk to me. Let me talk to you right quick.
I know the dreams that you had, but those dreams, but I want you to know you're funny. You're real funny. Those videos I've watched, are really good. But this football thing, you could probably scratch that, man. He ain't say it like that, but that's how he wanted to say it.
Well, I mean, was it an instant light bulb that went off? Like, okay, now not football, but let me hop on this comedy train.
Well, so when I finished playing ball, man, the same friend, his name was Rashad Ponder, which is crazy. He just got married. His name was Rashad Ponder. who told me to get on Vine. He was like, yo, bro, man, you might as well start taking Instagram seriously. So when I started doing that, that's when I started taking acting classes. I got into acting class with Dwayne Boyd in Atlanta, Georgia. And then, time came, I really started being a student of what I wanted to do. I really found my purpose into like this gift thing. I started reading this book called Purposely Driven Life.
Yep.
And that's what really kind of shifted me into like tapping into myself and really hearing, what people were saying when I was a kid, yo, you funny, yo, you doing this, you need to do that. And it makes sense, like I said, I used to watch Martin every day. I used to watch all these comedic movies and Richard Pryor. My mom was a big fan of comedy. My grandmother actually introduced me to comedy, so I was always seeing that thing that I was actually going to be doing, not knowing that I was going to actually be doing it. But when I grew up and I really tapped into that, I was like, you know what? This is something that was always a calling for me. And to see that I'm doing that now is like, it's a part of my purpose. It's a part of who God, want me to be, man. And it's really dope, man. It's so much that the world is about to see from me. When I mentioned these Martin shows and these movies, Eddie Murphy movies and things like that, that is a big goal for me. And, of course I do it on social media, but I feel like, if social media wasn't there, I feel like I still would be able to do it. But thank God for social media because it done gave me a humongous light, in this world, man. And it allows me to do it in real life, man. And I'm actually doing what people, like I said, what people saw. And, it's only the beginning, man. And, I just can't wait for the world to see, me grow and me get to these new things because there's some stuff in store and I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't wait too.
For y'all to see it. Like it's actually in motion. It's a lot of stuff in motion. I'm not gonna say too much about that, but soon to come, the world's gonna see like what's always been a part of me, what's always been a vision of mine. Things that I already created from my production company. I've created a lot of different web series that's gonna come to light. That's transitioned to movies now. A lot of different shows that's gonna be shows. It's just a lot of stuff that I wrote down, I created, and now it's in the big room to get, produced and things like that. So man, the hard work that I put in, it's gonna get it. It's gonna get its flowers. It's gonna pay off. So
it's paying off for sure. Because I think back to Vine. So when I remember seeing early videos, I was like, you're so funny. You sit back and you're like, this man is ridiculous. Like he really said this. And it's things that we think about, right? And I love how with your material rather, it's really about us. It'd be about the culture. It'd be about Black folk. It'd be about what we grew up with, what we grew up around, all of that. Yeah. Why do you choose to let that kind of be the foundation of your material?
I mean, it's my truth. I feel like as a comedian, if I'm not telling my truth, my story, where I'm from, it ain't gonna be authentic to the people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm Black. We all Black. I feel like, to be honest, 90% of us all grew up the same. We all got that same grandmama. We all got that same auntie, that mama that's gonna cuss you out, that's gonna tell you to take that chicken out. If that chicken ain't out when I come back home, that's you. You know what I'm saying? We all don't, we done been through that. But my comedy is either I done been through it or I've seen it. And, that's how I look at it when it comes to the OGs. When I say the Richard Pryors, when I say the Eddie Murphys, the Bernie Macs, the Martins, they was telling their truth. They was authentic. That's what made it so classical. That's what made it so longevity, When it comes to my comedy, that's how I want people to watch my stuff, 10, 20, 30 years from now and still laugh at it like it's their first time. We could turn on Martin right now. We done watch them same episodes every time.
As if it was my first time ever watching it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the comedy that I try to create, man, and try to be fun, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I can do is be me. I can't be nothing else but me. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to love me for me. So
let's kind of stay in that past. When you was growing up, like were you that kid that stayed in trouble or was the class clown or always got the phone call, from your teacher to your parents? Like Desi won't sit down. Desi won't stop talking.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, I was. I was. And,
How was that
it got to a
perceived by
point.
your folks, man?
It got to a point. The teachers was like, "This just him. This boy just crazy." You know what I'm saying? And now that they see it, and they see me now. Oh, it paid off. Then they say stuff like that. So, yeah, it was never like bad. I ain't do nothing like crazy bad. I had my moments in school. When it came to, acting crazy or whatnot. But I wasn't like the dangerous kid. I knew dangerous people. Like I knew the bad guys. But they respected me so much. If they go do something crazy, they be like, yo, you can go to football practice. We about to go do this crazy stuff. You don't need to come with us.
That's good.
So, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been caught up with some stuff, with my cousin, stuff like that. But, it wasn't nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like, because for me, it's similar to what you were talking about, Terrence, where I was always like, she's so good, but she talks too much. And it was kind of like, I felt like teachers or people around me in my life, particularly teachers, right, were trying to like close out who I was and who I was as a person, right? And I mean, now I talk for a living, and it definitely paid off. But did you ever feel like there were teachers or people in your life who like didn't necessarily hone in on the craft and the goodness that was before them? They kind of just like put it and wanted to put you in a corner?
Yes, probably Miss Jordan. Miss Jordan probably was one of those teachers that she didn't care about none of that. It was all about her schoolwork. She didn't want to hear no jokes. None of you make a joke, you're getting out the class, and that's just what it was. And yeah, she was very strict. So when it came to jokes, I had to do it really, really low when it came to her class. You know what I'm saying? And I had to be real sneaky with it. When she came, I had to do it before she came in the room. But when she came in the room, she shut the door. Oh, here she comes. She like and me and my boy Ro, we used to act a fool, and he didn't really care. So he used to get kicked out of class a lot. But I had to stay strict because I didn't want to deal with my mom when I got to the house. Cause mom do,
Yeah, exactly.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
But yeah, Miss Jordan was probably one of them teachers. But I'm sure she probably like, oh, that okay. I see what he was doing.
Man, I'd love to have a conversation with your moms right now, because if your mom was anything like my mom, like sitting in church, me and my cousin, I'd be in the back cutting up, and she would give us this eye from the choir stand, and I knew what time it was.
You better zip it. You better zip it.
Or I'm gonna take care of you.
Them lips go. You better.
Yeah, exactly.
You can feel the pinch. You can feel that pinch. You know that pinch she give you in church, Lord. When your arm be burning for about 30 minutes.
Yes.
What about your mom? How does she feel? And obviously, I could only imagine how proud she is of you. But is this something that, she kind of saw from young Desi?
No. So this shocked her, to be honest. Like, she always thought sports as well. You know what I'm saying? The funny, she used to watch the videos, but she didn't think nothing deeply of it. She was still, you need to go get you a job. You need to go do this. You need to go do that. Respectfully, I graduated from college, so she was like, you need to do something in your field. What you go to school for and get this degree and you ain't gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? She was like that. But as time grew and once I started doing stand-up, that's when it really clicked to her. When she came to a show, we was in Birmingham. We was in Birmingham at the Stardom. She came to the Stardom show. And she saw it was sold out, and she was like, "What the hell? What they coming to see you for?" But she actually saw me on stage doing jokes, and she was like, "Oh, this is really real." And it's so crazy because her friends used to always call her, and there used to be a lady that stayed next door. Her name was Daka, and I used to be over there all the time with her son. Man, Kobe was like, we was like best friends, and I used to be over there prank calling people, for acting like pastors and just doing all kind of praying for. I'm praying for people, like they really think I'm a pastor. It was crazy. And my mama, Daka used to call my mom, and she used to be like, "Do you know your baby funny? This boy over here doing all this crazy stuff." Da, da, da. She was like, "Oh, that boy ain't no damn comedian. He ain't fun." Da, da, da. But she actually came to that show. And she was like, "Oh wow, you are a little funny." Like that's what she say. She say I'm a little funny. She don't believe I'm, how moms
be. Funny.
You all right, but
she's still thinking about that college degree at that point.
No, for sure.
Hello.
But now she see, hey man, her baby doing it. He growing in it now. Being around a lot of people now. Now she be like, I want to go meet Kevin Hart. I want to meet Martin. I want to meet these people. You know what I'm saying? So now it's love now, man. It's dope. She's just glad that I'm, you know how it is. Your mama be dad just you doing something good. You know, that's all they want you to do. Do something good. That's it.
So right now, for those that are listening to our podcast live right now, we're actually running these videos of just from Desi's TikTok, and this dude got videos after videos after videos of these reenactments, these funny reels. Man, talk about your very first one. Talk about where did that idea come from? Was it weird to you? Did you really think it was going to take off? Was it awkward? Was it like this ain't gonna work? Was there ever a point at that time where you be like, nah, this ain't gonna work?
In the beginning, when you doing videos, I don't even really think you thinking about is it gonna work or not. I think you just putting them out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a baby trying to learn how to walk. You know how fearless babies are. They don't even know what it is. They could be standing on the top of a building about to just jump. They don't even know when they jump. This shit over with. You know what I'm saying? But in the beginning, it was that. It was like when I was posting, I was just posting, and whatever was, the video was just doing what it was doing. But the first video that I ever did was an Atlanta Talk video, and it was and it's so crazy. It's so crazy. The first video that I ever did on social media, which was Vine, it went viral. That was and I don't even know where that video at. I've been trying to find that video for so long.
Yeah,
but
I tried to find it yesterday.
A lot of people, they over exaggerate everything. When it come to giving directions, when it come to telling the story about somebody, little JJ and them just got to fight down the street. They gonna say JJ was fighting 10 people when really it was only 2.
Facts.
But it was a story like that, and it was like with the slang, it was like how we talk, and that was back in 2012, so that was a long time ago. So it went crazy, man. And at that moment, that's when my friend was like, bro, I told you need to keep doing it. And then like I was just consistently just putting stuff out there, and just growing. And as I'm growing, I'm like really seeing like, oh, okay, I'm really like good at this. But still at the time, I was still playing football, so I wasn't really like really digging into it like I should have. But I think the timing was perfect, man, when it came to where I'm at and how I'm doing it right now, man. The mistakes wasn't made. You know what I'm saying? So God's timing is great.
I think it's interesting because I actually have quite a few friends who are comedians, and like even just talking to you all, I think there's this. Y'all are all on the same page when it comes to people who are just funny and can just put out a video on social media and make people laugh. And it's completely different on that stage. So at what point in your career, being on Vine, right, and only being on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the social medias, where did you find the courage to actually get up on a stage and start doing stand-up?
Well, I knew I had to because, like, once I started taking it seriously and I wanted to be like the legends that I speak of, man, like the Richards, the Eddies, and Martins, of course I wanted to be in movies, man, but I felt like to get respected as a comedian, I had to do stand up. I had to go through the things that was a fear for me. I didn't want to do it in the beginning, man, but I was like, yo, in order for me to grow into in this game and be, respected, I had to do these things. So I started. I'm about to be completed with year 9 in November, going on year 10. So it's about to be 10 years of stand up. So in the beginning, it wasn't my best. It wasn't easy at all. It was, no, Jesus. It was
hey, that's
serious.
the case for anybody, Desi. I would hate to watch my first broadcast. I would never want to see that thing ever again in my life. Like, I don't want to see that.
Did you get any feedback from the OGs out there?
Oh, in the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
okay.
That's what. Yeah. Those open mic days was very stressful. It was very.
Open mic, that's typically how you start. You start going to open mics and then work your name and your brand.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do.
Okay.
When you want to work out some jokes, especially when you starting up in the game, you don't want to just get out there and don't have that, because that can. Nowadays they got phones now, so you got to be on your P's and Q's now, man. So back then when I started, it wasn't as many phones. It was cool, but what I had to go through to build up to where I'm at right now, I'm not gonna say it was easy, You know, it was some walkouts. It was some tap on the shoulders, like you know, like Coach did. You know, it was some moments, and I was like, okay, you sure you want to do this? But hey, man, I just had to keep being a student. I had to keep watching people like Eddie, keep watching people like Richard Pryor. I had to find myself, find, you know, what I wanted to talk about, find my stories, you know, find things like that, and just find who Desi is, find my natural voice, you know, like you said, it's way different from social media. When people come see me on stage, you're not getting those, like, you getting what you see there, but you actually getting Desi. You getting that real person. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think they see me, but they really not gonna really see me until that movie, to that TV show, to they come see me on stage. That's when you actually really get to see, oh, this is I haven't seen this guy, you know. So yeah, man, it's different, but you know it's something that was always in me, you know. And once I took that leap, it got me around all the legends. I was able to go on tour with people like Mike Epps. I did a run with him in the beginning stages. I've done shows with people like Gary Owens, Bill Bellamy, D. Ray Davis, Lavelle Crawford, some more, Lou Nell.
Wow.
Man, you had some heavy
Man,
hitters.
I done shows with a lot of legends and got a lot of game from a lot of them. You know, people like Kevin Hart is my mentor.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Ricky
they was just working
Smart.
out together, Terrence. Just I'm gonna slide that in there real quick.
Yeah.
I was just at his crib, man.
I saw
Hey,
that.
man, we was talking big game. This hit dog. It's oh my god. It was so inspiring, bro. Kevin is like the real deal. Like,
were you like just standing there taking notes at all the little jokes he cracked and
it's crazy. Like some of the jokes that from his specials that he did when he was talking about, I think he was talking about a kangaroo or a deer being at his house or something. It makes sense because you know when we driving up, it's kangaroo signs. I've never saw like signs say kangaroo on there. I'm like, this man stay with kangaroos. It's like bobcats. It's. I'm like, yo, he stay in the jungle for real, but it's like he's staying up like a mountain. He owned part of a mountain. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, man. He growing like wine in the back of his crib.
When you think back to young Desi, like, would you imagine that you're on stage with these legends, that you're chilling at Kevin Hart's house working out with him?
Never in my life, I would have thought that I would have been doing that. Wow. You know, of course, once I started doing it, I knew I was gonna, you know, be doing it. But I can call him right now, and he's probably working out right now. But just
well, I think we should get him on this call.
Yeah, go ahead, call him real quick.
Go ahead and get him on.
Well, I'm not gonna call him now.
Okay, all right. Well, I was just checking. I was just seeing how tight y'all really were, Desi.
No, we tight.
You know what I'm saying? This conversation is a little one-sided here, my guy. Let's see if Kevin has the same thing to say. Hey, but real quick, Desi, man, let's talk about the preparation of your stand-up comedy. Like, you go from city to city, reel after reel. Man, where's the inspiration comes from? And talk about the preparation.
Man, the inspiration just is I'm in it. I'm in it now, man. Like, this is who I am. Like, you know, I want to be like I always say that I always respect my OGs. I want to be like them. I want my game to be longevity like it was for them. I want to, you know, I want mine to stick just like them. So when I'm preparing, man, I get to meditating. I watch and I listen to my sets, you know, what I want to change, what I want to critique, you know, the new stuff that I said, you know, I'm going to say it this show. You know, I try to make, you know, each show be something different. I try to give a different experience like each show. So I'm always, you know, going in and going out of my, you know, my set to make things better, man. So it's like watching film, you know, when you're a football player, you going back and watch films. You know, that's why I always say football was like, it's still a part of me. You know, it was like a game of life, like seriously, when it comes to being disciplined, watching film, you know, being a team player, you know, waking up still going to work out, you know, letting that help be a part of my life, you know. But I'm locked in. I'm like so locked in with my career, my purpose right now when it comes to acting and doing stand-up and just being this new entertainer of this generation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
you really are. And I bet that's what, like, Kevin Hart, the Kevin Harts and the folks who are a little bit older than you, that's what they're telling you. Like, Desi, like you're it. Like you have to carry this torch that we've been carrying, right? Like you next man up. So that's amazing. It's also kind of a lot of pressure.
Kev always say that. He's like, hurry up. I'm waiting on you. Shit. Like, bring your ass. Like, come on, man. You know?
That's a lot of pressure. I want to know, though, before because I want to get into this acting, even though I know you're not going to tell us about all your projects, but at least some of them. You are so talented and so good at being off the cuff. And I know that's just Desi being, that's just you being you. But when do you really know when to do it? So what I'm talking about is I was showing my co-anchor, and Terrence, I don't know if you saw this video, and if y'all are listening, please go on Desi's Instagram page because it's one of his top videos. And you're doing your stand-up, and it's like the middle of your set, and you point out old boy, and old boy, you got a girl, where your girl? And he like, she at work.
Yeah.
And you had the little boy call the girl, and the girl was not at work.
It was dying.
I saw that. Yes.
It was bad. Yes. It was a bad moment, man.
When do you know to do that? And because it's so, I've been to your shows, and I feel like you do that every show, and it's like, how does he know what to do and how to do it?
You can look at somebody. It's like somebody just give you that look like something is wrong, you know? Something's not right about you right now, man. And some people be like, why are you by yourself? Yeah. Or why are you, you know, it just looked like something's not right. Yeah, it just looked like, it's a problem. And I want to know what the problem is. And we about to try to fix the problem. You know, we try to figure out, you know, what's not going on right in the household, you know. So it'd be different things, man. But yeah, they give me the alley oop like naturally though. It's not like you know, I'm forcing it. No, it just comes like that. It was one time I was doing a show, and it was a kid. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how it happened. This dude damn near had the same outfit that I had on at the show. It scared me. I thought it was like a setup. I thought he watched me get dressed or something. Like, and it was crazy. Before I went out, my boy Tyler, he's the host for me. He's like, hey man, I want you to know it's somebody that's dressed just like you when you get out there. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you okay. Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had on even from the necklace. I'm like, first of all, I don't know how you found that necklace. And I'm talking about it was the same gray sweater, blue jean pants, white Air Force Ones. I was like, yeah, something ain't right. And he had the little collar. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid.
You are great with that. I love, this is why, by the way, even when I'm going to be at your show on Sunday, I sit in the very back. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Don't try to see what's going on in my life. I will not be material for your set. I will not.
Now I'm gonna make sure I scream your name. But this night you're gonna come to that Saturday.
And I'm usually the opposite. I went to a Lavelle Crawford.
You be front and center.
I was front and center. And Lavelle
he's hilarious, man. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He went off.
He's so good. Yeah. He's so good.
When I'm front row, I'm real choosy. I'm real choosy because like the We Dem Ones, they were here. Maybe a couple weeks ago, but when they were here last year, we were front row.
Crazy.
And I'm just like, why did we do this to ourselves?
Yeah, picked apart. Yes. He just took his original material, threw it out the window, and
sure did.
Ham on
He
y'all.
sure did.
Focus on you, not me, okay? There's a disconnect, but no, I think you're so talented with that. So props to you. Let's get to this acting.
Yeah.
What was your first film? Was it the little film? At 18? Or did you do anything before that?
I did some short, I had some short films that I did on my own, that I produced on my own, that I've created and put on YouTube. But that probably was like, as far as a big film, little, I had the scene in there, it was like, that probably was like my first big one.
Wow.
That I did. And then I think it was 100 Trail next. Yeah, 100 Trail was the next one that I did. And I was in this. I had a scene in SZA and Keke Palmer movie, the Issa Rae movie project.
Oh, you did.
I had a scene in that. Yeah,
which was dope. One of them days or something like that.
Yeah, one of them days. Yeah, one of them days. So I was in that. which was a dope, fun opportunity. But yeah, I have some work that I got a project that her team is looking
SZA
over right
or
now.
Issa
Yeah, no,
Rae?
Issa's.
Okay.
Yep, that we have in the work right now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited about that.
So
I have some.
that's the trajectory. That's where you want to go. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
that's the main
aside
goal.
from
TV.
building
Yeah.
stand
That's
up.
that's
Okay.
that's that's the goal. Yeah, movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that I have that TV. I got some TV show things, opportunities coming as well. Can't wait for you guys to hear that news.
What's the timeline? Because you keep saying, I can't wait for y'all to hear. When we gonna hear?
We at 90%. So
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
Can we say
soon
that
you're
by
gonna
the end of the
hear
summer?
a lot of. Should be. It should be before that. Should be before the summer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be before the summer.
So this is what inspired you to start your production company. Tell us a little bit about that.
So what I did, like, I created. It's like when Issa did the when she did
Insecure.
Insecure, but
Yeah.
before she did Insecure, she had a show that she did on YouTube, which created Insecure.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
that.
I did a lot of my projects that's on YouTube. A lot of people don't. I mean, have you guys seen How It Goes Down in the Hood?
No.
And it was a web series. Yeah, it was a web series that I created maybe like 4 years ago. So that project, it's going to be transitioned into a feature film. So I'm changing it to a movie.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Through
Issa's
your
eyes.
production company.
Through mine, but we actually pitched it to Issa's team, and they are very, very intrigued on it. And we're working the script out right now, which is dope. And I've created a lot of different character work from short films and things like that. So we also pitched to other companies as well that are intrigued on some stuff that they want to do with that. I ain't gonna talk too much about that. I want you just to see the news of what it's gonna be. But a lot of projects that I've already created that already worked, we're just getting them flushed out more. We're just getting them build it up more, to get to that level.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not coming to the table with nothing.
Yeah.
I'm actually coming with work,
Okay.
with these execs, man. That's what they want, especially me coming from social media. I'm really a person that actually put in that groundwork. So now I can go into these rooms with ideas that actually work. And, I got moved. It's a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, it's we're just watering the seeds, and the seeds is
Desi, do you think that just your comedic background is what helped you get comfortable in front of cameras, in front of as an actor? Yeah.
Yeah. So I took acting classes as well. So I took acting classes for like 5 years straight when I first started, like 5 years, and yeah, of course, me being on camera with my phone every day, it gave me those chops, but me learning about scripts, how to break down scripts, and when it comes to acting, to be honest, I always tell people, I feel like, acting is not acting, it's just you being yourself, it's just you being in the moment of things. When they say be happy, it's how you be happy. It's everybody is different. I feel like we acting right now. This how authentic and natural it should be when you're on camera. It shouldn't even feel like it's acting. It just feel we all act every day. You live life. How you move, how you go take that flight, how you are when you happy, how you sad when you. That's how it should be. That's how it should feel. It should all just be that real. So my acting coach used to always tell me, like, just be you. You don't have to act. Acting is acting. People, when they hear action, they feel like they gotta, they gotta
do
be
something.
this.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, nah, man. Well,
Make it all
reality,
nervous and tense.
yeah, it's like, man, just be yourself. Yeah, just relax.
Wow.
But it's something that I always wanted to do, and it's just crazy to know that the stuff that the work that I put in, these things are going to come to life. And I always had this dream, this goal of what I wanted to be. And, I say these names, these legends' names. I always said, I prayed to God about it, and to know that, I'm putting in the work and seeing where it's taking me. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful
really
thing.
Is. Yeah.
And I think even to see the matriculation and who you have become is a beautiful thing as well. What's the balance like? You hold a lot of titles besides comedian, actor, your family roles as a father.
Yes.
How do you balance that, especially with the fatherhood and being a dad?
Two beautiful kids.
Kids are great. Man, they this in fatherhood, like, it helps me see a lot of different things clearly. It give me a different, like, my why. Now it's everything that I do is very important. I know what I'm doing it for now. It's a different level. It keeps me in the gym. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me inspired. It keeps me on my work. It keeps me being Desi every day, staying creative, it just gives me that, when it comes to the kids. And I have a lot of support, with me, like being on the road. I have my mom, my grandmother, my they aunties, they all,
aunties,
when I'm out of
cousins,
town,
and them.
yeah, all that. They love my kids, so when I'm out of town, they always have them. So that's a great thing, to have that support from my family. So it's not as hard, I'm blessed enough to have that, when I'm out of town, we FaceTiming all the time.
Now, how old are they, Desi?
My son is 5. He just turned 5, May 14th, and my baby girl, she's 1. She'll be 2 in November. So yeah. And she's the problem. That 2-year-old, let me tell you something. I mean, almost, oh, Jesus Christ, boy, she is bossy, something serious. And
as
all
she
I
should
hear
be. Not too
she's
much on her.
just a girl.
Wait till
She's
she get
just a
20.
girl.
Wait till she get 20.
It's only the beginning.
Oh my
It's
Lord.
up from here. And your child, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I'm but pray for you, for your offspring.
I'm telling you.
Lord have mercy.
I got my daughter's 20. She's a sophomore at Kennesaw State University there in Atlanta.
Oh, dope.
Man, so you see these gray hairs, bro? I just told her yesterday. I said, these gray hairs, I'm too young to have these gray hairs. But it's because of her. Great kid. She's smart. She's beautiful. But she's my baby girl, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
I would run barefoot to Atlanta to protect her.
Most definitely.
That was so sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see, my guy. You'll see.
That's we'll see. Give it about 19 more years.
Keep her close and keep them pockets full, bro.
Most definitely. Yeah. That's my homeboys always tell me. He's like, you got a little girl, boy, you cook. It's over with.
Yes.
You're done.
100%.
Well, we are super excited to see you here in Tampa. I know you've coined this tour, the Elevation Tour. Why the Elevation Tour? What can folks here in Tampa expect?
Because I'm elevating, I'm in the process of elevating and getting to new levels, so that's my mindset, man, when it comes to that tour. But also elevating into myself, elevating into Desi, you're going to learn more about Desi, of course, like I said, you see the stuff on social media, but now of course, you're going to hear about my kids, you're going to hear about my life, the stuff that I deal with. When it comes to relationship problems, when it comes to baby mama stuff, all the stuff that.
So you gonna get real about that on the stage?
Yeah, you got to, man. You got to tell your truth, man.
Okay. I can't wait to hear about this. Ooh, child. Is baby mama drama plus dating drama at the same time?
Social media. These women nowadays, man, women got to get back to being women, man.
Let's
social
talk
media
about it.
They changing us.
Let's talk about
y'all.
it. How do you think social media has changed women?
And women, some women. I feel like some women are getting lost in it. And when they getting lost, they losing themselves. They losing who they really are. They seeing all this stuff they competing with. They thinking they are not good enough because this person got this and that person got that, or I need to go get my body done. Let me go get this, and like it's just like what an original. I mean, I ain't gonna say it don't look good. I ain't gonna say
I was about to say.
So it don't look bad, but it's a lot of insecureness under that body. It's a lot of. People still really, it's a lot, and we're gonna talk about it on stage. There's gonna be some jokes behind it. It's gonna make some people be like, "Boy, whatever," but it's still gonna be the truth, and they gonna feel it when they get in that car, and they gonna rethink about it. Cause what you gonna do?
They gonna be side-eyeing they date.
Yeah, when that booty get the going down, or something happen to it, it go flat. What you gonna?
So how do you think social media has changed the dating scene?
Man, it's a lot of trying to keep up.
It's hard out here, Terrence. Stay married, friend. Terrence married. Stay there.
Yeah,
it's real ghetto out here.
It's serious.
Yeah,
you got older people trying to be with YNs now. You know, it's bad. You got 38-year-olds want to be with a YN.
We got to talk about that age limit of a YN versus the versus the aunties.
It's so bad. It's so bad. But do you feel like in your realm, right? You are already a star, right? You are famous. You are well known. And so, like, is it hard for you today, or do you feel like it's easy? Does social media make it easier or make it more complex?
Well, for me, I think I come from a soulful background.
Okay.
So I understand spirits, I understand feelings, I understand the original. So I done been with the good and I done been with the bad enough to know, okay, this person is not for me, and this person, I can get to know this person. You know what I'm saying? That I can give this person a little bit more time than I would give that person, because that person over there ain't got it together. I can, the first time you meet me and you tell me, hey, can you give me some money? Girl, I don't even know you.
The first time?
Can you pay my rent? Can you help me with my rent?
The first time?
I ain't even got in there yet. You talking?
Hey, you talking about pay my rent? Wow. I know. Yeah. I'm not gonna let y'all get off scotch-free, because men, y'all ain't it right now either, for the most part. It's difficult on both ends. Hello? You got quiet, Desi? Hello?
Desi, you in this by yourself, bro.
Look, let me tell you something. It's some good men out there. And, I can say...
If you know one, let me know. It's a struggle out here, Desi. It's a struggle, friend.
From what I heard, guys,
These women, it's rough for everybody. Yeah. It's rough for everybody.
On both ends,
On both ends it is. But
what
it's
about
social media
culturally in general, though? Like, where are we as a culture, and where do you want to see us? Like, how do you convey those messages, especially when you're on stage?
I want us to be together, man. But I don't think that ever happened. We two against each other, man. We two want to see us fail. It ain't how it used to be back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like back in the day, of course we got support, but back in the day, it was just so, we didn't hear, people used to love people coming up and, growing into their careers. People used to love the Michael Jackson. They used to love the Martin Lawrence, all these people that are stars, OGs now, I don't think they got what we got. You know what I'm saying? What we get from social media. It's support, but it's bad.
Well,
it's the council culture. It's just like, for what? And it's just people that sit behind a camera and just you don't even see their face, and they just say all this crazy stuff. It's just like, what are you doing with yourself? But like, what is it for? And then if you got kids, you gonna tell your kids to be like this too? Like, you're supposed to be a leader, and you following the train. You know what I'm saying? It's just social media. Social media owns our culture. It owns our world.
It's designing, and it's designing the future of our culture. Absolutely.
And it's like, you got to pick your side. It's what side you want to be on. So while y'all doing it over there, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go hang with the big dogs. While y'all talk crazy, and I'm gonna keep elevating while y'all, continue to communicate about stuff that don't matter.
And you use social media for good, so we love to be able to scroll and get a good laugh. From
Thank you
Desi
for
Banks.
doing what you're doing, man. Bringing a smile, bringing a joy to social, man. That's dope.
We appreciate you, and to cities and Tampa. So let the folks know you're here Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. Yep, there the whole weekend, man. And if there's some chefs out there that want to come cook for me throughout this weekend, man, tell them, hit me up, DM me on Instagram.
We know a few. We
had
one or
several.
two. Yeah, we know. We've had 1 or 2 on our show. So
I know several. Okay, you want chefs? What else you need?
We'll talk about that off the camera.
Absolutely. Desi, so after Tampa, for those that are listening, they're not local, what's next? Where you headed to next?
Next weekend I'll be in Louisville and Knoxville. So those will be theater shows. But I'll be there next weekend. And I gotta go to the BET Awards, man, because I just did something with Kevin. That's gonna show. Yeah, so that's gonna be dope, man. I can't wait for y'all to see that. as well, man. I had 2 dope scenes with him that they're gonna premiere, that they're gonna show on TV. It's gonna be real nice. So I can't wait. It's gonna be
I'm
fun. It's gonna be it's gonna be nice, man. So it's gonna premiere on I think it's June 7th. I think that's when the BT Awards come on. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that as well.
Well, if you haven't already, make sure y'all follow Desi on all social medias at I am Desi Banks. That's DESI. If you are only listening, Desi, we appreciate you taking the time out to hang with us. I'm really impressed.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man.
You kept your promise, friend. I just want to let folks know.
Hey, we're not going to
come on the show.
Hey, it's been a long week. It's been a long week.
It has also been a long week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of DMs.
Do we have him? Do we not have him? Do we have him? Should we move on? Should we repeat? What we gonna do?
Send another message yet. I'm like, I'm looking very thirsty, guys.
And he came through at the final hour.
Yeah,
real
I'm
talk.
Coming.
The good Lord said, what does it say in church? You may not come when he wants, but he's right on time.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's right on time, Desi. Really appreciate you,
We appreciate you. We cannot wait to see you this weekend in Tampa again at the Funny Bone, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here in Tampa, y'all. Desi, safe travels here in Tampa.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I'll be there later on today. I appreciate it. You too. Safe travels to you too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Desi.
Man, I ain't never laughed so much on an episode. That man there, like literally, I just think that you can tell when people have a gift.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
When people have a true gift and it's not forced. I could tell that he was a bad behind child.
Of course.
Like and not bad as in like doing like really bad things, but as far as like a funny, just kind of like the class clown, you can tell that's him and that's in his nature. So I love to see where he is. Cause I mean what I say, like teachers really kind of shut me out because I talk too much.
Well, and the thing is, shout out to his mom and his mentors coming up for not shutting that up.
Yeah.
You know, that he actually took his passion and something he was truly gifted at, and man, look at him now.
Yeah.
So,
and talk about a pivot from football.
Yeah.
To stand-up comedian to actor.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
What about, a great example of following your dreams.
Yeah.
For sure. So.
All right.
Yes.
Well, hey, we're here every Thursday, y'all, live at 9:30 in the morning. For folks who might be having there's a T in there. Okay. For folks who might be having trouble when we're live, right? We are live on the WFLA Facebook page. So if you open up Facebook, go to the WFLA page, click the little icon there, boom, we're live. We're also live on the WFLA app. Yes. Now, I know we have several live streams on our app. So the best way to get to Rooted in Progress, turn your notifications on. When we are live, you immediately get a push notification that lets you know that our show has started. So that way you can open it and it opens the app. Okay? Because somebody hit me up today, Terrence, talking about they was about to call the WFLA app team.
I get them all the time. Yeah.
So
that's why I left that graphic up for a long time. Again.
And make sure y'all follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, okay? Y'all be blessed out there. Have a good one and stay rooted.
Stay rooted, folks.